And so I had to ask myself at that time, do I really like him or do I just want to be chosen by him? I know well, I do not like a man who is not obsessed with me.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel. And as always, we're just going to go ahead and get it started today. So if you could like the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and hey, how's it going? My name's Rat Boy. Let's get into it.
For all you single women out there, I have a question. I don't know whether it's just me, maybe it's because I'm in my 50s or I've been single for too long, but when someone sends me a text message that says WYD question mark, I just get stinking annoyed. Why don't you just ask a question or say, hey, just thinking about you, or how's your day going, or something other than, is that just annoying? Do you find that annoying, or is it just me?
What the f is this piece of sh?
I would say that a woman like this, and I'm not trying to be any certain way, but I would say 100% a woman like this should be flattered that anybody is even texting her the WYD text. That's how I stand with issues like this. And it's one of those situations where even at this age, even when they have fallen back into the wall at full speed and then the wall got up and attacked them repeatedly and possibly accosted anyone who were in the perimeter. A situation like this, even with the attention they still constantly get on social media and obviously through texting, through dating apps, they're still complaining. They're complaining. Now they're complaining, oh, well, why don't you just text me that you're thinking about me instead of texting me WYD? Because you're not worth anything other than a WYD. You know, this isn't how the game is played. This isn't how it's done. A lot of times, what usually happens is a woman, maybe she's been divorced, maybe she's been in relationships. You don't know what the situation is, but there comes a time where a lot of guys will not take that woman seriously. So they end up in their 50s, and if they are unable to find a simp, if they are unable to find some lonely, provider who she probably has to settle with, they will remain single. And then they act like they are entitled to what? Someone's attention? Someone's words? You're going to try to be the text police over here? You need to be happy with what you have. And actually, you're in this situation because you haven't been satisfied this whole time. Nothing you've done in the past 50 years when it comes to relationships has satisfied you. You want the bigger and the better, and now you're complaining in your backyard. Come on.
Do you actually like the person you're dating, or do you just want to be chosen by them? You just don't want to be alone. Do you all remember when I dated Cigar Guy? On paper, he looked like the perfect person for me. I had convinced myself that he was a good catch. And so I thought I liked him, so I really wanted him to like me. It looked like we had the 3 C's, right? That we were compatible, we had shared values and goals, that we had chemistry and were attracted to one another, and that we had a connection intellectually, spiritually, emotionally. But there was a 4th C that was missing, and that is the word care. When I paid attention to how I felt when I was around him, I did not feel care. I did not feel like he valued me, that he prioritized me, or that he was obsessed with me. And I need a man to be obsessed with me because I want to be obsessed with him too. Helen Fisher, who's a biological anthropologist, says that when she studies the brain in love, it's obsession. And that's what was missing. His loss, Mountain Man's gain. A man who likes you will never make you wonder if he likes you or not.
No, man. No, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
I have one comment I need to make, and a lot of times you'll see these videos and these women, they'll ask a question, and this question seems pretty harmless, right? It can be reworded in any way, but the question is basically, do you like him? And a lot of times the women will answer, yes, I like this man. He is very likable for me, but I feel like he isn't obsessed with me, which is what she is describing right now. I feel like I'm not getting what I need from this man. And so now, instead of looking at a relationship objectively for what it is, you're looking at a situation based on feelings. and with no concern with her boyfriend or her husband or the guy she's just dating, whoever this guy is, no concern with how he feels. And she probably didn't even ask him how he feels. Well, what I'm getting is great, and I love it, and I want it, and I need it, but it's not enough. I need more. I need something better. There's something better out there for me. Lady, you're 50. You're in your 50s. Like, why are you holding out? Why are you waiting for the next big thing? It's only gonna get worse from here.
You will always know. And so I had to ask myself at that time, do I really like him, or do I just want to be chosen by him? I know damn well I do not like a man who is not obsessed with me. I do not like a man who doesn't value me, prioritize me, or show me that he cares. I like the potential of who I think he might be, but I actually don't like him. Because I don't like people who don't like me, period. We are not going into dates anymore wondering, are they going to like us? We are going into dates wondering, am I going to like him? Are we compatible? Do we have chemistry? Do we have connection? And does he care? I created this document a while back to help me with this thing called how to screen or vet the person you're dating. And all of those questions are in there. And this was my compass. So after every date, I would ask myself these questions to check in and make sure that I am not trying to be a pick-me, that I'm not a desperate bit, and that I'm not trying to be chosen. I am trying to be clear. Is this the person for me? And not if they don't care.
Sensational.
So women need a 20-page Google Doc to vet a man that they're seeing to make sure that he's obsessing over her. But you also have to understand this man has to meet some more metrics. You got the 5 C's or whatever she's talking about. But also what she doesn't point out is she filters out any guy that's shorter than 6'3". So that automatically none of those men. And then if he doesn't make 6 figures, if he doesn't drive a Bugatti, automatically he not good enough. He's lesser than dirt, pretty much. If he doesn't own the house on the hills, he's trash. That guy over there, he drives a Toyota. Oh yeah, he's basically homeless. Don't be driving a Toyota around here. A lot of times these women will use words like, oh, this is a great guy, but he doesn't care enough. We aren't compatible enough. The chemistry isn't there. He just doesn't care. And basically all of these terms are subjective. They can be skewed in any way that this woman wants to skew them to fit the scenario, to fit the objective, whatever she's trying to accomplish. So a lot of times a very common occurrence that you'll see during Valentine's is the guy will go out of his way to get a card, or he'll go out of his way to a romantic dinner, or, flowers. And a lot of times this isn't what the woman wants. Wanted something else. She didn't want this for her birthday. She wanted that for her birthday, and she's not satisfied with what you got. And she could have got what she really wanted from all the other men that talked to her online, but she's doesn't do that because she is faithful, and you owe her something for that, for being faithful, because she could be getting all this other stuff from other dudes because it's subjective. They can do that. You can bend over backwards for some of these women and it will still not be enough, and they will be staring at you making videos when they're 50 complaining about, well, this guy was perfect in every single way. He met all of my metrics, except did he care enough? Did he care enough? Are you serious?
So this is part 2 of my last video, dating in your 50s. And these are just lessons I've learned since I've been 50. I was married for 25 years and then got divorced, and then was in a relationship for about a year after that. So it's really just been the past year and a half that I've been dating.
You got me.
So she was married for 25 years. The marriage ended mysteriously. Nobody knows. She doesn't talk about it. She won't talk about it. She's been divorced 25 years. The reason of the divorce, it's a mystery, but I think we know what the reason of the divorce is, because she just admitted to hopping into a relationship right after the divorce. Obviously, that means that she monkey branched. We all know what that means. If you know how these women operate, you always know that they got to have their meaty paws firmly grasped onto the next branch before they let the other simp go. It is the rule of the land with these types. Let's continue.
And most of these lessons I've just learned recently. But for me, just looking back, I journal all the time. And Greg is trying to listen in on my conversation. Greg the cat. I journal all the time. And I look back at the journal while I was in the relationship, and everything was so positive. And it was, oh, I love that he said good morning this morning, or that he says good morning, beautiful, or that he already planned for us for this weekend, or that he sent me a song that made him think about us, or that we play Wordle and connections, and he always thought he was going to win, and he did not always win. But it was fun and quirky, and I was able to be who I am. And I think that's the most important part, is that I wasn't having to act more professional or polished or whatever it is, that I was able to be myself. So I think just for me, the only advice I'd share is, after you're done with the grieving phase and the mourning aspect of being in a relationship anymore, when you don't pick up your phone expecting to see a message from them anymore, and start to focus on what is it that you can take away from that last relationship that you really want in your next relationship. So I'm not ready for another relationship yet, so we'll figure out what I'm going to talk about next, but I just know that focusing on the positive has definitely shifted my mindset. So hopefully that helps.
This is something else.
So I wonder what this woman tells men whenever she starts dating all these random men she's meeting online, do whatever they do. I wonder what she tells them whenever they ask her why she got divorced. That's very interesting, because the guy is, if he's dating with intention, he's obviously looking for a wife. If he's not dating with intention, that is pretty obvious at the very beginning, because he will just do the classic Chad pump and dump. But what does she tell this guy if she's she's actually looking for a husband? Does she say, oh, so I was married for 25 years. I'm super faithful, except for that one time that I monkey branched and ruined a 25-year relationship. And you know what? That guy's probably going to think, that seems kind of, I'm not good with that. A lot of times these women, they will definitely say that the relationship ended after so many years, and with context clues, you can put the pieces together that he dipped out on the marriage, and who knows how long she was cheating for. It could have been years. And this guy, obviously he's a provider. He left her a good house. He left her some pretty good cars and whatnot. So he was providing and possibly working all the time. So he was super busy doing what men should do, is provide for their families. And then she took advantage of that free time and decided to get her back blown out by Atticus. And this happens a lot more than you would think. You would think, oh, a 25-year marriage, it's going to last forever. No, it's going to last until Tyrone shows up, the new pool boy. And then all of a sudden, she's having to take 4 or 5 showers a day. You see it all the time. That is going to be the end of this video. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I'll catch you guys later. Rat Boy out.